Today, serving you from this spot along the river, I'd like to share with you my plans for the fall of 2017 municipal election. And before I get to that, I'd like to share some precursor thoughts. First of all, one of life's greatest gifts beyond parenting a child is to be given the opportunity to work hard at work worth doing. In the last nearly 13 years has been just that, serving on council. You just have to find out who you are and then do it on purpose. As I reflect on the almost 13 years and what lies ahead, it satisfies me to know that important work has been done by the city, staff, and the councils. It motivates me knowing that important work is forthcoming. As I write this, St. Albert is known as arguably the safest urban in Alberta, and in recent years has regularly been acknowledged as one of the best, if not the best, place to live in Canada, the best place to raise a family, and recognized often as one of the safest Canadian cities, one of the best places to invest, and the list goes on. Financially, we've had several years of very modest tax increases, and even a decrease one year, and our financial health, measured by reserves and debt status, is amongst the top 2 to 3 of all urbans in Alberta, and arguably number 1. The city, community, and corporation are in a sparkling place. The corporation itself is served by 625 employees and 60 RCMP members. Their work ethic is remarkably strong. Their service to others is as good as any organization, public or private. Their quality and quantity of work helps this community to be the best it can be, and for that, we must all be grateful. I have always been extremely proud of what I've experienced with all city staff, and I'm delighted with their excellence. This community has within it about 100 not-for-profits. The community has about 25 churches and 30 schools. These organizations bring the most remarkable balance amongst the needs of education, culture, faith, social, recreation, health, business, and sport. Having the opportunity to interface with each and every one of these organizations has been perhaps my greatest pleasure, and indeed learning. Seeing just how significant these sectors contribute to our community. These organizations' love of youth, seniors, and family has been unwavering and appreciated dearly. The non-residential sector, mostly represented by businesses, is also strengthening as the trend toward improving our non-residential tax assessment compared to our residential is becoming stronger. Not long ago, that split was 91% residential to 9% non-residential, and today it's closer to 85-15 and nudging ever so closer to the once not elusive 80-20. That economic development related goal reminds me of the Latin line in the city's emblem, in omnibus respice finem, meaning in everything you do, look to the end. When I began serving this community on council, Ray Gibbon Drive did not exist, nor did Service Place, the Grain Elevator Park, nor Riel Recreation Park in their current forms. Today, we are fortunate that they all exist. The greatest use of life is to leave a legacy that outlasts us as individuals. While I have helped that as a father, a business person, as a coach, I'm also very proud to have teamed up with several councils who have helped the community do that for and with our community. The community still has needs for additional gathering and community building locations, requiring another arena, aquatics facility, a gymnastics facility, expanding our heritage sites, a bigger museum, and a library programming space. The next council must step up and deliver on some of these needs. Now a few personal thoughts. Everyone, I love what I do, and of the 20 mayors who've served before me, only Richard Fowler, Bill Van Ness, and Michael Hogan were provided the opportunity to serve this community as mayor longer than me. That is remarkable company that I'm humbled by. Now, unless one has served as mayor, one never really understands the specific and the unique challenges that a mayor has or faces. It is intimate knowledge and experience reserved for few. The tremendous emotional, physical, mental, and family demands are far different than that of a councillor, remarkably different than that of what staff or the broad community will ever understand it to be. As mayor, you actually even must grow in kindness, because that same kindness is regularly tested. But the unique challenges at the same time are also the same pleasures that come with that servant leadership. I chose community safety, wellness, neighborhood development, youth development, and not-for-profit development as my social platform for 13 years. I chose business attraction through corporate and community branding and image enhancement as my economic development policy. And I chose river valley, trees, and waste streams as the focus for my environmental policy. Staying personal, I have told St. Albert residents that I would not falter, and I have not, serving with sincerity, serenity, integrity, and hard work. I have served my duty as a leader, and I have not served as a performer to any gallery. I have worked to give correction without resentment when needed, and I've also worked to see the sameness in beggar and in queen, in child and in king. I've stuck to my values even while being tested, since as we know, if you don't, they're not values, they're just hobbies. So as you wonder what my decision is driven by the desire to have one more career stint, a stint that would involve the toughest challenge possible. I don't know exactly what that will be, but faith and planning will point to that in due course. I will share more on that in the coming weeks. So, running for mayor in 2017 will require such an unusual set of circumstances that it will be very unlikely, and as such, I will not be planning to rerun. It has been said that one should leave the stage while the crowd is still clapping. And while I am not certain if indeed the crowd is still clapping, I know it is my time to leave this stage. There is something to be said about choosing the time. I will plan to be in early tomorrow morning, as early as always. My parents raised me on a farm and we were poor and worked very hard. I owe it to my parents, to my entire family, to the community, to anyone who has little to continue to serve. I owe it to continue to serve until the last moment that I'm capable of. Most know that I've been all in, serving early and serving late, and I continue to be all in. My deepest and sincerest appreciation and thank you to anyone and everyone who helps build this community in every which way possible. In closing, a former United Nations secretary used a brief prayer once, which is profound in its meaning, and yet it's profound in its simplicity. Night is drawing nigh. For all that has been, thanks, and for all that shall be, yes. Thank you all.